Hello and welcome guys. Today we will understand about the faster payments. I have already made a video on faster payments, but since the audio was not so clear on that, I'm going to make the payment video on faster payments because I have seen so much of comments coming up saying that the audio is not clear, so kindly upload a new video. So yes, here I am with the same topic. Hope this time it will be quite audible and quite understandable. So let's get started. So faster payments. First of all, let's understand about the faster payments. What is faster payments? See, faster payments is just same as of IMPS of India, right? Immediate payment system, right? Of India, and in Australia we call it as NPP, New Payment Platform, right? So faster payment is just like a immediate payment system in India and as a new payment platform of Australia, and there are like different names given all over the world in a different part of country, right? They use the same concept of faster payment, and faster payment or the immediate payment schemes are right now being implemented by countries across the globe to enable banks in meeting customer demand for immediate transfer of funds from one account to another account across banks at lower cost, right? So the definition, if I have to give, is simple, right? Provides platform to transfer fund from one account to another for immediate transfer with low cost. Simple. So this is what the faster payment is. Simple. If somebody asks you the definition of what is faster payment, you can just inform the interviewer saying that faster payment system is a solution or a platform to transfer a fund from one account to another, which can be done in a immediate solution, and the cost for transfer is very low, and in many situations it is free as well. So since it is used for UK, we call it as faster payments. In different countries different names are given: IMPS in India and PP in Australia, right? All right, so this is all about the introduction part of the faster payments. So few of the highlights are there. So it is a manual payment initiation. Receipt of individual payment requires from bank channel via REST services and JSON over the JMS. Earlier it was JMS in other solutions, now it is JSON and the REST services. The business validation happens ISO 2022, right? ISO 2022 Pacs messages like 002, 4, 8, 9 and so on. These are used in the faster payments, and there is no conventional MTs used here, and even not proprietary messages being used in the faster payments. So proprietary is altogether a different kind of messages which is being used by the banks, some of the banks in agreement with the local banks, by the central bank, organized by the central bank. But since it is ISO Pacs 2022, can be understandable. Next one is processing of outgoing payment, processing response of the outgoing payments from clearing infrastructure in ISO 2002 message, right? And another one is notification to outgoing customers with overall processing of selling. So there is one service level agreement done in this, where the notification will be given to the originating customers with overall processing of it. So we will understand this thing with the complete hierarchy, where the customer initiates a transaction, and then what validation happens, and then how it goes to the faster payment system, and then how the customer at the beneficiary side receives it. Those all information will be definitely shared to you. All right. Okay. Okay. These are the few highlights of it. Let's directly get into the hierarchy or architecture of it. All right. So the hierarchy again, right, we'll take an example how it works, and then we'll slowly describe about it. I'll just have this little section to explain, and this section I'll use it to make a diagram. So let's suppose this is a customer, Ram, right? Ram wants to initiate a transaction in UK. Let's say he uses a channel. Channel is nothing what is mobile, right? And then it goes via what? Now, then it goes via bank. Let's say it is Pacs.008. Right? And then it goes to the faster payment system. This entire is a faster payment system, and it is further divided into 3 parts. This is payment forwarded to beneficiary bank, faster payment service central infrastructure. This is faster payment service, and then another part which it does is confirmation of payment. So this entire box you see here, it is a faster payment service, and it majorly does 2 things. That is a payment forwarded to the beneficiary bank, and it does a confirmation of the payment. Alright, and over here, right, this is nothing but the central bank. As we know that even in the RTGS, it is handled by the central bank. As the settlement happens, money transfers and the solutions, settlement happens over the central bank. So that's why central bank is also involved here. So Ram initiates a transaction, and there is a channel which is a mobile channel. He uses a mobile channel, and then this particular thing, right, if he uses a mobile channel to transfer a fund, this message is nothing but Paym.001. Very important. Payment initiation 001. It reaches to the BOC GB, and in return it will receive what? Paym.002. It is a confirmation of a payment that it has been initiated. Alright, now the Pacs.008 does its validation and then it sends to the faster payment service. Now I'll just make it step by step, right? And this is step 1. This is step 1. Starts here to initiates 3, right? And then step 4 is this one. It does necessary validation and then sends a message. I'll take this way. This is step number 5. This is step number 5, and this is nothing but the Pacs.008, since it is single customer credit transfer message. We used to use MT103, but in ISO 2022 it is equivalent to Pacs.008. This is step number 5. Now the next step is step 6 is bank does its necessary validation. Step 6 here. Step 6, and next step is step 7. Let's say another bank, the receiver bank is Standard Chartered Bank GB, SEPA GB, right? And then our final beneficiary, let's say Sam, will be receiving this. Okay, this is how the hierarchy looks, but even after that there is some more thing. Once Pacs.008 is sent from the Pacs GB, it is then analyzed at a faster payment service, and then it sends Pacs.008 to the SEPA GB, and then this is step number 7. This is step number 7, and then after that what it does is step 8. Step 8 is once it receives, it will send a confirmation. What kind of confirmation? Payment confirmation, payment status confirmation, right? That it has received it, and so it is step number 8. Step number 8. Right. I'll keep it this way. Step number 8. And then this does its validation at the faster payment service again, right? And then step number 10, bank sends confirmation. Step number 10, same Pacs.002. Pacs.002, right? This is step number 10, and then step number 11 is right, I mean after that it should be here. I mean step number 11, we can say it says it gives status to Sam as well, whether it has credited. And step 12 and step 13. Step 12 is this one. I'll just get back on this, what exactly happens with the central bank. And step number 13 is this one. I'll just get back on this as well. So let's analyze this one by one, stepwise, so that it is quite easier to understand. Step 1. Steps 1. So step number 1, right? Customer Ram wants to send money of, let's say, euro 1000 from his account to Sam holding account in Bank GB, right? Ram since I want to send, I would keep it. Want to send euro 1000 to Sam. Step number 2 is Ram uses mobile channel to instruct bank, that is Bark GB, right, to transfer euro 1000 to Sam account, and he fills in the details, right? Step 3 is nothing but the bank A carries out bank Bark GB carries normal validation. Step 4, bank A checks customer A's account. Bark GB checks from account, right, if sufficient fund is there. Step number 5, Bark GB submits transaction through faster payment service, that is Pacs.008, right? Step number 6, right? Step number 6, add faster payment service. Add faster payment service checks all related details. All related details are included in Pacs.008 receive, right? And then sends Pacs.008 to home. Pacs.008 is then to SCBLGB, Standard Bank GB, and debits Bark GB settlement account this entire thing happens here in the system. So this thing happens till step 6, right? Now step 7, right? Step 7, what it does is once bank B receives the transaction, once bank B, that is SBLGB, receives the transaction, alright, it checks the account number is valid. Step 7, SCBLGB does account validation. receiver, and then step number 8, bank V, that is SCBLGB sends, there is a payment status message, right? Sends confirmation Pacs.002 message, right? So it sends Pacs.002 payment confirmation message to faster payment service. Now step number 9. Okay, at step number 9, faster payment service credits the receiving bank shadow account, credits the receiving bank settlement account, right? It credits the receiving bank settlement account, that is SCPLGB settlement account, right, with funds, and sends a message to sending bank to let them know payment was successful. So step number 10, right, bank A marks transaction complete, that is Pacs.002. Step number 10, BARC GB marks payment complete. Step number 11, receiving bank B will credit CBLGB will credit SAM account. Step number 12, faster payment service sends net settlement position to central bank. So that's why step number 12 is there. So faster payment service sends the net settlement position to the central bank. And step number 13, that is this one particular, central bank sends the settlement reports to sending and receiving bank. Settlement report to BARC GB and SCBLGB. So this is entire architecture of the faster payment service. I'll just walk you through one more time. What happens is in faster payment service, when a customer wants to transfer a fund to another customer in the same country, for example UK, it uses the faster payment service. The RAM is having an account in the BARC GB. So RAM wants to initiate a transaction. He uses a medium, that is a channel, mobile banking channel, and then he uses it to initiate a transaction. When they want to initiate or instruct any payments, then the payment initiation message Paym.001 is released from the instructed channel, and BARC GB does the necessary validation on receiving the payment initiation 001, and then if it has a sufficient fund or necessary validation is completed, then BARC GB sends a payment instruction message, that is a Pacs.008. In MTs we used to use MT103, but in ISO 2022 we use Pacs.008. Now once on receiving this Pacs.008 by the payment faster payment service, right, what it does is it does the necessary validation in the message label. If it meets the criteria, there can be a set of criteria that needs to be met in order for faster payment service to forward it to the next receiving bank. Once it meets, then it will then send it to the receiving bank. Same Pacs.008 is used, right? And that bank does its validation whether the receiving bank is valid or receiving account is valid or not, and checks if there is any kind of anti-money laundering things or not. Once that is done, the bank, what it does is sends the payment is accepted message, that is a Pacs.002, and the bank then what it does is to forward it to the central bank, same message that the payment is settled end to end, right? Here Pacs.002 they can send ACSC, that is posted, and here ACCC, right, that is called a settle. That once that is done, next step is what it does is, before 10, step number 9, what it does is faster payment service, what it does is it will debit the Pacs.008 initially itself, here itself, in step 6, right? In this step number 9, what it will do is faster payment service credits the receiving bank settlement account, that is SBLGB settlement account. Faster payment service will credit it and sends a message to a receiving and sends a message to back to the Pacs.008. Right. And then after that, step number 11, bank sends a payment confirmation message to Sam that it has credited 1,000 euro, right? And step number 12 is very important. Faster payment service then sends net settlement report. We call it net settlement report to the central bank, and central bank then sends a settlement report to Pacs.008 and SEPA. This is the entire process of the faster payment service, and this is how it looks. And thank you all for watching this video, and we'll come back one more time with a different video. Thank you all.